Do you have any idea how dexterous a greater one-horned rhino's lip is? It's gonna freak you out, man. Also, it's graduation season. Young people tend to look pretty similar in caps and gowns, but at one high school, it's almost freaky. Oh, and the last story will make you cry. It just will. Let's take a look on the bright side. Hello, my friends, and welcome to The Bright Side. I'm your host, Bob Herzog. Episode 19 of what we're calling Season 2 of this crazy little experiment where we deliver only good stuff. No politics, pandemics, or perfunctory pieces with problematic plot lines. Our Season 1 started in August of last year. It went 19 episodes, carrying us to the new year, and then we started Season 2, new year, new season, and now we have as many episodes this season as our first one. So keep sharing. Hit that share button right now like you're playing Taboo and someone just said one of those restricted words. Now, will The Bright Side last 17 years until the next Brood 10 cicada invasion? I don't know. Let's just get through this one first. Yes, dear friends, I know you're not all living in my little corner of the universe, but many of you are close enough that you might just be dealing with bunches and bunches of bugs making their presence known. Cicadas are finally starting to emerge after nearly 2 decades of living down under our feet. I actually, as I was looking out, by the way, was checking my spot. I was totally standing in the wrong spot. Anyway, as this year's batch starts swarming around, some people are worried while others a little bit excited. Cassie Arsenal tells us how people are finding interesting ways to celebrate cicada shenanigans.
It goes like this. For the next 3 weeks.
Cicadas are starting to dig their way up through the ground.
I've been waiting 17 years on this.
And the soon-to-be invasion has a hype buzzing throughout the tri-state,
I'm the cicada daddy.
causing people like Mark Borison to dress as the bug.
Yeah, I literally am wearing the shells of their people.
Others are singing about the insect. And now people want to eat it.
We have crickets, everyone's favorite, then the larvae.
Jungle Gyms is worried their bug section sales will plummet, as no suppliers have the adored bug for sale.
We've got the request out there to our vendors. We are ready. We want cicada pops.
And Sweets and Meats Barbecue is ready to appeal to a new type of customer and tap into that insect craze.
There's absolutely a market. Look at how many food shows are dedicated to unique delicacies all around the world. I mean, people eat insects year-round.
But they are running into red tape. It's not as easy as collecting the bug and smoking it up in their delicious cherrywood chips.
Unfortunately, we're part of a chef's group online, and we found out that you have to go through an approved source for cicadas, because obviously for human consumption, you want to make sure they're safe. And there is a fungus running rampant in cicadas right now.
The fungus is pretty well widespread here in Cincinnati. The Massospora fungus that the cicadas get occurs about 3 out of every 10 cicadas.
Dr. Gene Kritsky, the expert on all things cicada, counters that sautéing it up may be a waste of time.
I've had them deep fat fried with sauce. I've had them sautéed in a stir fry, and I didn't find them exceptional. I didn't find them totally distasteful. They had a very green flavor to me.
Whether you love them or hate them, want to dress up like them or eat them or stay far away from them, they are here. So might as well embrace the buzz.
Such sweet music, sweet, sweet music. But if insects just aren't your thing, here, try this. It worked last week anyway.
A police officer in Baltimore was driving down a busy street this month, and he noticed traffic at a standstill. The reason, a mama duck and her ducklings were trying to cross a 4-lane road. This is footage from the officer's body camera. And you can see him, he runs over, tries to help the ducks. Now, Mama Duck is up on the curb, no problem. But it's just too big for the babies, so the officer scoops him up, and placed them on the grass. All the doggies are safely back to their mama. It's really hard to do that for a really long time, and it's tough to enunciate your words.
Anyway, nothing really new out of that last story, or frankly, even the cicadas. Those are probably things you've seen before. This next thing, though, shocking. A rhino in Denver can play the piano. Little creeper with that lip, right? The Denver Zoo provided that video of Bandu celebrating his 12th birthday. The piano playing isn't honestly what freaks me out there. Just look at the lip. Look how the lip moves. Using that thing to tickle the ivory. I mean, it almost looks like a trunk. That's what it looks like to me. It's like a little nub trunk. Anyway, caretakers say the greater one-horned rhino just loves to play music for treats. This one is sort of unexpected too. At least it doesn't go down the way I expected it would go down. Police in Canada are sharing video of a tense standoff that led to a chase. Started with a curious coyote approaching a car outside of a police station and a little black cat not having it. Cat chases coyote. Coyote bails. It's twice the size of the cat. He's like, nah, cats be crazy. I'm out. So that was for the cat people. We've got a couple of great doggo stories for you now, too. In just 3 years, Broody from Strongsville, Ohio, has helped to vest the entire Ohio State Patrol Canine unit, and he isn't slowing down. Canines are not automatically given protective vests, but Broody is trying to change all of that. Caroline Cohen is in Columbus and tells us about Brody's latest donation.
11-year-old Broody is a dog lover.
I have 2 dogs.
So when he saw a police show where canines were not fully protected, he had to do something.
And there's a canine that didn't have a vest like the officer, so I wanted to vest it.
The then 8-year-old started fundraising efforts to vest that canine in 2018. And since then,
1 turned into 2, and then 2 turned into 6. And then we had handlers all over the U.S. asking for help.
Brody's Canine Fund has provided vests to more than 300 canines in 4 different countries.
Thank you very much for your hard work.
Tuesday, he presented his latest fundraising efforts right here in Central Ohio.
And now to have someone come to us, someone like Broody, who wants to stand up and say, no, it's my turn to help you, it puts us in a position that we're extraordinarily grateful.
Vests were presented to the Whitehall Police Department and the Pickaway County Sheriff's Office.
These are our partners. They're more than a dog. They're more than even a family member. I mean, they are with us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
The ballistic vests can be worn daily and don't restrict the dogs.
By Broody putting forth the effort to give them this vest, that gives him the opportunity and me the opportunity to protect him a little bit more.
Broody and his mom say they had no idea it would turn into this, but the two have no plans to slow down.
Proud of myself that I'm protecting all the canines and knowing that they're safe.
He'll tug with you all day, so I hope you don't have anything to do left.
On your side in Pickaway County, Caroline Cohen, ABC 6 News.
Good kid, good dog, and how about time for another cool kid helping a canine? A golden doodle is alive and well because of his best friend. 7th grader Brady Cole realized his dog, Kyrie, was choking when they were out on a walk recently. So he immediately sprung into action. The New Yorker says he knew what to do because he learned how to do the Heimlich maneuver in health class.
I didn't really know if I did anything. After a while, I noticed that I actually did something. And I had no faith in that would work. So,
but you tried it anyway.
Yeah, and it did work, and I was pretty happy.
Brady says if he learned one lesson from that experience, pay attention in school. You never know what you might just end up picking up and who you might end up helping. You can learn all kinds of stuff in school beyond the books. As Tommy Clark shows us, some kids at a school in Iowa are being shown firsthand how to make a real difference in someone's life.
Inside Kemper Catholic Grade School, these kids are learning about kindness.
We talk all the time about filling other people's buckets, what it feels like, what it looks like, what it sounds like.
But it's what's happening outside the classroom that's setting the life lesson in motion. All because a student's family of Hawkeye fans got an idea. With mom by her side, kindergartner Andy Neeland is leading the way to show someone their wave.
So you see Grandma's right up there. You see her?
Deb Neeland is the reason.
Just made my heart so happy. Just unreal. Just surprise, surprise. Just a little wave can make your day.
Especially when you're going through cancer treatment.
I never would have imagined that I would have to be here with my mother-in-law, but if we could have a silver lining in all this has definitely been that.
Because that simple act of kindness has inspired a movement in Carroll.
It started off as a very simple thing. You know, it started off just coming to wave to Grandma and let's make it the whole class and it'll be fun.
Since March, every day, a different class now walks by to wave hello through the window. Not only to patients, but to the St. Anthony nurses behind the glass who have their own kids in the Kemper Catholic District.
Last week they came by and one of her classmates, her grandfather was getting treated for the first time, and it just happened we were able to put him on the patio and her friend was able to run up and give her grandpa a big hug. I don't know that anyone ever had a dry eye in the whole building.
Today, the classrooms are combining for the first time. Each grade is grabbing their sign, some a hand, and heading outside for one big wave.
To see that split second of happiness where they forget everything that they're going through, and it's just about a simple joy.
I love it! I love it! Fun!
Deb is having her last look out the window. Following treatment and a major surgery, she is cancer-free.
It's definitely been tough. There's no doubt about it. Positive attitude is the number one thing when you're dealing with stuff like this. It's just amazing. Just all the little support through the town, through friends, family, and through the wave, and through the wave.
How good is that? Let's just go ahead and keep it right in the classroom for a bit because school is almost out for the summer, and that means for many, graduation season is here. A high school in Milwaukee has two valedictorians who have a lot in common. James Groh shows us how, for these two, twinning means winning.
I'm always co-valedictorian.
Meet Berlin and Brennan Wells, twins and co-valedictorians at Carmen High School of Science and Technology, Northwest.
I'm not complaining.
Oh, it just makes it that much better, though. Like, both twins, both getting co-valedictorian.
They both have 4.0 GPAs and are staying in Milwaukee for college. Brennan is going to the Milwaukee School of Engineering for computer science, and Berlin will go to UW Milwaukee for biomedical sciences. They gave each other antiderivative equations, something you'd see in a college calculus class, to solve while I filmed. I could not verify if what they were doing was right, but they seemed content with each other's work.
I'm on it. More than you are. Yes, I am.
The two studied hard to get to this point, but learning virtually for nearly a year and a half made things a lot more difficult.
You get really get distracted from a phone or a TV or anything, but it's like, if you know you could do it, just get it done.
Even though they can get competitive and don't agree on who the true valedictorian is,
yeah, he'll come up to me and be like, I'm taller than you.
It's all love between the two.
Oh, by the way, those two also athletes. Brennan played on a championship basketball team. Berlin played volleyball. Now, it's not uncommon for a graduating class of seniors to have a set of twins, couple set of twins. But at Memorial High School in Houston, 3 sets of triplets and 18 pairs of twins will walk across the stage over the weekend to grab a diploma. The class has 664 students total. Many of them say going away to college will be the first time they'll be away from their siblings.
Maybe like the longest time, maybe it was like 2-3 weeks, and now we're gonna be like gone for like a year.
Like for 17 years now, just almost every day with each other, and my mom's would be really sad when we leave.
18 pairs of twins in one graduating class. What is that, Doublemint Gum High School or something? That's a terrible joke. Anyway, They're off to college. And speaking of heading off to college, a group of people is trying to buy a college student a car because he's been biking to class for years. Rain or shine, John Paul Hippolito bikes 10 miles every day to ECPI University in Virginia Beach. He says he's even been hit by a car once.
2 of them I was able to avoid them, then the other one I was actually hit, but no big deal.
No big deal. John Paul grew up in the Philippines and now he's pedaling toward his master's in cybersecurity. His teachers say his work ethic inspires other students and even inspires them.
It's funny that a guy on a bike could get here quicker than people with cars. That's kind of amazing as well.
You mean he'd be on time?
No, he's early.
He's early. Teachers say John Paul once drove 12 miles to the ocean front to receive an award. By drove, I mean biked. He showed up sweaty but had a change of clothes in his backpack. Now there's an effort by a former student to raise money to help him buy a car. Well, we have time for one more to inspire, and this one, it's going to get you. These kinds of stories always get me anyways. A graduate from a school not too far from me right now has a lot to celebrate. We're going to show you why. Grace Mackey graduated from King's High School at the Cintas Center. That's over on my alma mater's campus, Xavier University. Her father, an Air Force Master Sergeant Drew Mackey, has been stationed in the Middle East since last fall. Well, he was scheduled to give Grace a video message during the graduation ceremony. Instead, he had a huge surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we can't see the video, can you help me welcome our Master Sergeant Drew Mackey? He is home.
Master Sergeant Mackey worked with the school to pull off that moment. That's it, right there, after he received orders to come home. I don't know how many of those videos I've seen. Make me cry every time. Maybe someone you know needs a good cry. So share this along. Maybe they need to take a look. On the bright side.